Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. I just like this. This is like so 80s. Like, yeah. Big show today, Mott. We've got the Moscato d'Astis. We've been yapping with Ustream for like 45 minutes prepping for the show. Mott, you look like you're like aged 5 years since you sat down. I'm probably aged like 40. So I apologize, but we're ready to bring straight thunder because Moscato d'Asti is a very interesting beverage. It's a I wanted to call it vino. I better not do that. A vino that a lot of people are starting to drink more and more of. There was a big Prosecco push, and I'm seeing this undercurrent of excitement in Moscato d'Asti. And I also noticed, I don't think I've ever done a Moscato d'Asti on this Thunder show. 500 plus shows and no Moscato d'Asti. So we're bringing the thunder today on some bubbles that people love to pop during graduation, during weddings, because they save a lot of money and there's a little sweetness for grandma. And who doesn't love grandma? So we've got 3 wines here today. Moscato d'Asti comes from the Piedmonte region, mainly in Asti. It's also, you can find it in Alessandria and also Queno, which I've only had a couple. It comes from Moscato Bianco grape. It has residual sugar. It's low in alcohol. It's a sparkling little wine that is normally pretty darn good. Sometimes they're shaped in a phallic symbol like this. I mean, it's very interesting stuff. So let's get into the first wine. Now, this is the Braida, who's an amazing producer of Piedmonte red wines. This is the Braida 2007 Moscato d'Asti, the Vigna Senza Nome, 14 U.S. bones. Let's pour it into the champagne-type glass. The one thing I wanted to check was the alcohol content. Let's see if I can find that for you, because I know you're always interested. Why don't I see it? Makes me sad. Makes me super sad. Don't see it, don't see it, don't see it. 5.5%. So you can see very light. Almost like in place of drinking a beer, let's say, Mott. So very light, good for the kids, meaning 21 and older. And so let's give it a snippy sniff, because that's what we do on the Thunder Show, Mott. That's what we do. I get beautiful peaches coming through. I also get like apple skin coming through. So like apple peel with some peaches. Very pretty, very floral. Almost get a soapiness kind of thing going on as well. Like a poolside, almost like a peach pool. Like a pool and then maybe throw in like 30, 40 peaches. But a very pretty nose. Got some thunder going. I'm excited. Let's tone it down a bit. Let's take this a little more serious. This is a respected beverage industry and I need to do the right thing here. So the classic crispness on the nose here is very epic. Let's give it a whirl. I've drank a lot of Moscato d'Asti, and I gotta be honest with you, let me just try this one more time before I get a little too ridiculous here. This is one of the best Moscato d'Asti wines I've ever had. Right off the bat, Mott, try some. I think you're gonna like it. Right off the bat, really clean. While having acidity, still bringing beautiful... Oh, you're going to love this. You know what, Mott? Don't try it yet. Come here. Sit here and you try it. You try it on the show. Let's switch places. We're trading places up in here.
Just don't zoom in on my head like last time.
I won't.
Yep, peaches.
Did you get the peaches?
Very, very pronounced.
So cool. Okay.
This is really good.
You like it?
This is really good.
How would you explain it?
It's like drinking peach juice.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
It's like a Bellini, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're loving it.
This is really good. Excellent.
You're a fan.
I'm a big fan. Never heard of it. Big fan.
It's good, right?
Very good.
And light.
And very light. There's not a lot of alcohol.
As an amateur wine drinker, would you consider this something, very entry level, somebody trying to get into wine?
Yes, definitely. For even for a celebration, instead of busting,
champagne.
Yeah, for champagne, you could try this.
Would you score it 85?
I would go probably 91.
Wow, Mott!
This is really good.
I agree. It's one of the better Moscato d'Astis I've ever had. So cool, very good, nice work.
Thank you,
Mott. Making things happen, Mott. I agree with Mott. Oh, Mott fixes the camera. Sorry, screwed it up. I agree with you. I think it's extremely well made. I think it's extremely balanced. One of the things you find with Moscato d'Astis often is the acidity is usually off balance to the fruit or the sugar levels. This is like a perfect symphony. Every note is hitting perfectly on this wine. Like a perfectly executed 2-minute drive. Like Brett Favre behind Mangold, first finding Dustin Keller, then a little loop around to Leon Washington, then a little shovel pass actually to Thomas Jones for 8. Now there's only 47 seconds left. The Patriots are worried. Gary's excited. Favre goes back, pump fakes to Keller, finds Bubba Frank, somebody he's known for years because we went to a 2 tight end set. He goes for 9 yards. Now we're at the 13. There's only 14 seconds left. We go fake field goal with Nugent while Ben Graham picks it up, throws a pass, touchdown. Jericho Cotry, that's what this wine tastes like. I'm also going to follow you, Mott. Mott, you linked it up. I'm going 91 points on this. One of the most epic, solid, tremendous, brouhaha explosions of fruit for a Moscato d'Asti in my career. Absolutely positively the textbook high-quality Moscato. I've seen Parker score Moscatos 90 and 91 in the past. Normally La Spinetta. I've rarely seen that kind of quality. I'm taken aback and shocked how good this is. Curious to see what happens here. Maybe my palate's changing. Maybe the Braida just brings straight thunder. We're about to find out. Let's move on. Great start. This is the Tintero Moscato d'Asti 2004. Gramella, the Ceretto Gramella. This is $11 US. Got a pretty little tree on it. Let's see what's going on here. Let's first give it a rinse. You can see right off the bat the color's totally different. Do you see that, Mott? This is much more white, whereas the other one's a little more golden. Can you see that? Totally different, but it's got a great foamy head, which is always to be respected. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Now, this smells a little bit more than of the Moscatos that I'm used to. What I mean by that is a little more pear and a little bit more like acidic on the nose. Just a little bit tighter, a little bit, just a little gripping. And also very soapy, like the last one. This smells exactly, wow, hold on. This smells a whole lot like Mr. Bubbles. Just a whole lot. Very interesting. Notice how I put my finger in there and all the bubbles went away. I also get a little bit of a marzipan component on this, which I like. Let's give it a whirl. 5% alcohol again, 11 US bones. This is a little bit less balanced. This is what I'm a little bit more accustomed to, which is very delicious because it's got fruit, but lacking the acidity and lacking any of the interesting things that the last wine had, where pears and apples were really bouncing and blowing up. Even star fruit in the last one, I forgot to mention it because I got excited that I was going to put you in here. This one's a little bit more basic. Tastes really like spiked apple juice, like a cider. It's fine, but it's a little meh. It's definitely better than Moscato d'Astis, you know, like Asti Spumantis and those things. It's got more class and more elegance and more refinement than that. But it's kind of basic. It's kind of very basic. To me, this is an 83, 84 point Moscato d'Asti. Kind of the stuff that I've always tasted. Nothing glaring or exciting about it. I'm going to give it a pass at the price point. For 3 bones more, the Braida is considerably better. But also not bad. I mean, again, you know, sugarfied. I mean, there's definitely a segment of the wine drinking public that's just getting into wines that I think is going to really love this. Let's move on to the big boy. And there's a big boy. This is the Ceretto Moscato d'Asti, 5.5% alcohol content, $16 US. We know what number 16 represents, but I promised I wouldn't mention it again. We are getting a little closer to football season, so maybe I can mention it. Can I mention it? No, we won't mention it. It's okay.
Is he playing for anybody?
I think he's retired finally. Maybe not. He might be like Carolina starter or something. Jake Delhomme still in the NFL? Anyway. Wow, much less of a foam you can notice on the Ceretto. Much less than the last one. This has some interesting characteristics. Statistics. 137 calories. That seems like a lot. 7% carbs, 21.5 grams. 18.3% grams of sugar. So, you know, it's a fruity little fun drink. Very interesting to note that this is much more gold than the last one. It also has far less bubbles. It just completely disappears. Not that that's a major factor. On the nose, very different. This has like a chalkiness that the other two did not have. I get a little melon action as well. A lot of cantaloupe coming through. So chalked up cantaloupe coming through on the nose. Let's give it a whirl. Very interesting. It's also got a plastic thing going on. I don't know what that means. Maybe like a fresh opened He-Man figure. You know, with the plastic. Where is that? Let's give it a whirl. I get some really interesting white flowers. Little dandelion, which is a weed. Acacia flowers, which I find a lot in Loire Valley wines. I get a little bit of that. I also get like sugar cane, because of the sugar cane. And I'm also getting a very high level of cantaloupe, again, on the flavor profile. So this is a cantaloupe-driven beverage, which I like. I think it's a little bit sticky in comparison to the other two. I think the Ceretto is fine. You know, it's not bad. To me, this is an 88-point Moscato d'Asti. I think it's very serviceable. I think it's very fair. I think it's a pretty package. I think it's probably a great gift at 16 bones instead of giving some random Cabernet or Chardonnay. Very light, very fruity. Definitely great for an entry-level drink. But I got to tell you, this Senza Gnome from Braida is a complete home run. Let me just make sure it wasn't the first one and I got caught off guard a little bit. Let's see what's going on here. Go. Again, let's give a sniffy sniff. Yeah, this is just a different animal. Even on the nose. Yeah. It's a game of acid and deliciousness. It's got higher acid and it just tastes better. Like baked apple pie, right? Just like gorgeous. And the reason I say baked apple pie instead of baked apples is you do get a little of that crustiness. This is a very, very solid bottle of Moscato d'Asti. One of the better efforts. I've drank a lot of Moscato. Back in my dating days, it was how I pimped it up. What's up, baby? Here's the Moscato. Pour the Moscato for the late. That's, you know, so I drank a lot of Moscato, and I got to tell you, this is by far the best effort I've ever come across. I've never mentally rated a Moscato d'Asti over 90 points. Like I said, I always saw Parker rating them. I was like, huh. But, you know, here's a first. It is absolutely brilliant. Find it, drink it, love it, coddle it, like this, and experience it, because we're always expanding our palate. If you like Prosecco, you want a little more sweetness, you're a Prosecco Riesling Spätlese fan, or you've got friends, or you're part of the CKC and not into wine yet, this is something to seek out. I think it's going to be a great primer for your palate. You move on to New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc afterwards, and I'm really, really enjoying this. Just gorgeous. Great nose, too. Question of the day. What is your favorite bubbly drink of all time? Could be root beer. Could be champagne. I want the specific answer. Not root beer. Gotta be, you know, you gotta be like, you know, Warwick's root beer. I mean, you can't be champagne. It's gotta be like Paul Roger 92 Rosé, you know, or 90. Why 92? Crap. Anyway, what is your favorite bubbly beverage of all time? Mott, what's yours? What is your favorite sparkling drink? Don't go with like seltzer, because I feel like you might say that.
Boy, I have to put this right up there.
No kidding.
It was really good.
It was good. That's funny. You, with a little bit of me, we are changing the wine world.